Welcome back to the Malt Miller YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about a new cleaning product that we've got that could have significant benefits for your brewery. Now Martin, you and I both know that actually being a home brewer, probably 90% of your time is really involved with being a fastidious cleaner and sanitizer of all of your equipment, right?
That's correct, yeah.
There's lots of products available that we stock that assist with this, but today we're going to be talking about something new that actually you're incredibly excited about, aren't you?
Today we're going to talk about Enzybrew 10. Enzybrew 10 is an enzymatic cleaner, which is different to anything else. It's not a harsh chemical. Now, we all know about enzymes in the brewing process.
We do, yeah. We talk about them all the time. You know, they're the link from taking our malted barley and turning it into sugars that our yeast can consume, right? Those enzymes that are present in the grain do a huge amount for us as a brewer. Without them, we wouldn't be able to make beer.
There's enzymes that help in clearing. You know, they chop up the gluten as well.
Yeah, like Clarity, right? Which is an enzyme that breaks down the gluten, which makes beer more tolerable for people that have kind of, you know, gluten intolerances and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then there's enzymes which we use to chomp down on the sugars, the more complicated ones, to make it more simple so that yeast can digest the sugars.
Absolutely, especially if you're making like a Brew IPA or something, right?
Yeah, but now there's a cleaner that is using that enzyme power to chomp up all of the organic matter that is left on your brew kit.
Going into a bit more detail then, Martin, what do we need to consider when we're using Enzybrew as an alternative to some of the other cleaning products that are available?
So Enzybrew 10, I discovered this by speaking to a number of breweries who are switching from using caustic, you know, which is really harsh chemical.
Yep.
They're using this instead. So they're using this in their kettles, they're using it in CIP on the fermenters. This has been adopted because it doesn't use those harsh chemicals. You know, it's using a natural thing, an enzyme.
Yeah, and that has obviously an impact for breweries when they have to have like effluent inspections and work with the local councils for, you know, actually disposing of all the effluent that comes out of the brewery.
Yeah, and the other win for this, James, is the temperature. This operates between 50 and 60 degrees, so you haven't got to have loads of really hot water to mix up with your chemicals.
Okay, and that, yeah, actually that could lead to some benefits in terms of what we're seeing with equipment ranges at the moment as well, right?
There's an environmental reduction, not from the reduction of just the chemicals, but you're using less energy to heat that water.
Yeah.
So there's win-win with this product.
So should we take a bit of a closer look then at some of the products and pieces of equipment that this could be deployed on as an alternative?
Sounds like a good idea, James. James, we've got a collection of vessels here on our table from our home brewery.
Yeah.
We've got fermenters, we've got kegs.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed already is that they are of different materials. So we've got some stainless steel products here, we've got some plastic products and PET fermenters and kegs. So are you telling me that Enzybrew 10 will work on all of these products?
Perfectly well. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's not going to make your plastic buckle or bend.
Okay, so no pouring boiling kettles into your Apollo or your Firmzilla, right? And buckling the plastic and melting it and making it unusable.
That's what's so exciting about these cleaning products. It has a wide range of use for the professional brewer, but also for the home brewer.
Yeah, nice, I love it. And we can use it on our other vessels as well. So mash tuns, all-in-one systems, you know, boil kettles, all of our range of products, right?
Look, as part of us sourcing this, I was trying this out at home for a number of months. On my grain father, on my fermenters, it works on all of them and it's absolutely brilliant. And the ease of use is another win. You literally make it up with the water, which is 50 to 60 degrees, leave it to soak.
So Martin, are there any other use cases for Enzybrew 10 in the brewery? Can I use it on some of my accessories, my adapters, beer line, that kind of stuff?
Right, I've been using it on all of those things, even my beer line, although what I would say is it has to stay in contact for like 45 minutes to kind of really get the benefit of it. But I mean, if you're just pushing beer out, yes, you can use it for that, but I still use like pipeline as my deep clean for my beer lines.
Right, okay, nice. But if you maybe in between a keg rather than your deep clean, you could blast some of this through, rinse it through with some sanitizer, and then hook your keg up, right?
And that's exactly what I've been doing.
Nice, nice. So should we move on then to actually getting some stuff cleaned up? Have you got some dirty things that we need to clean?
James, I've got a list of things for us to get up to. We need to clean some kegs, we need to package some beer, and then we need to clean a really dirty fermenter.
Okay, cool. Let's crack on. So Martin, I see we've got a couple of bits on the table left to get to grips with Enzybrew. What are we doing?
Right, so first of all, gloves. You know, it's a cleaning product.
Okay, yeah, safety first, right?
It's not going to eat your skin,
Yeah.
it's not going to burn you, but constant exposure to cleaning products is going to dry your skin out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
It's just like cleaning at home, right?
at home, I always
Get
put
marigolds
gloves
on.
You know, so we're going to put some gloves on because we just want to protect ourselves.
Anything else we need to consider when we're talking about taking care of ourselves and safety first?
Look, I'm going to put my glasses on because it's not going to blind you, but I don't want to get it in my eyes. So, glasses on.
Put mine on as well. Good stuff. Now, I see we've got a fermenter here. Is this for the brew that I'm going to be doing tomorrow?
Yeah, so it's clean, but we just want to be doubly clear. And we also just want to show how it's not going to make it buckle.
Yeah, okay, nice. And
Okay.
then, what are you doing over here?
I've got a beer I need to keg, so I'm going to clean this keg. Right, so first things are first. When you open your tub, inside, James, get this lovely little scoop.
Handy scoop. We love a handy scoop.
This scoop, when it's full to the brim, it's just about 30 grams.
Yeah.
You need 5 to 10 grams per litre for normal cleaning.
Okay, right. So that a 30-gram scoop's going to make around about 5 litres worth of cleanup.
Yeah, if you want intensive cleaning, you do 10 to 20 grams per litre.
Yeah, okay.
So the little scoop will help you. You know, our 5 litre jug, I'm just going to whack one of these in there, 50 C water, let it dissolve into the fermenter.
Cool.
Ideal world as well, you'd fill this all the way up if it was really kind of gunky.
Yeah.
And just leave it to soak for 45 minutes.
Yeah, nice. And that would break up any like Kraus and ring that you've got in there, any bits of hops that are stuck to it. If you've left the fermenter for a few days after its purpose and not cleaned it.
That's why this is so good on brewing equipment. It loves organic matter. It loves to chomp down on it, break it down, and that cleans your vessel.
Nice.
So it's perfect for that.
Fab. So shall I go and grab some hot water?
Grab a jug of hot water.
We'll get this on the go. Right, here we go. 5 litres of nice warm water.
All right, get your lid off. What we're going to do in this case, we're just going to put the powder straight into the fermenter, hot water onto it.
And just pour that straight in, yeah?
Yep.
Without spilling it, obviously.
Then seal it up, shake it around. Like I said earlier, you know, if this had been used, you would fill it and you just leave it.
Yeah.
If you put the cap back on there and then give it a shake around, that will dissolve. It dissolves really easily into the water.
Okay, there we go. Make sure the PRV's closed so I don't get wet. I want the plunger up on the Apollo so that I can get all of the liquid in the bottom as well, right?
Yep.
So literally just...
Yeah, mix it up a bit. This is all about the contact and the contact time.
Yeah, okay. That's done, so what do I just now leave it for a little while?
Yeah, 45 minutes to 2 hours. You know, at home, I literally do this like end of the day, leave it overnight, come back the next day. And because it's an insulated fermenter I'm using at home, it's still warm and you just drop it out.
Nice. So I guess with this, because we haven't filled it all the way, during that 45 minutes time, I just probably need to give it a shake a couple of times throughout, maybe invert it so that I'm getting good contact with the entire vessel, right?
Yeah, keep agitating it.
Nice.
Right, now for the keg, what I'm going to do here, scoop, jug, I'm going to go and get my water. Right, there we go, James.
Lovely stuff. I can see that that's really well dissolved in there. You've obviously, by adding the powder and then pouring the water on top, that mixes it all into solution. So what are you going to do with the keg?
Right, I'm just going to check there's no pressure, take the lid off.
Don't spill any.
Don't say that, you know what's going to happen now.
Look at that, like a pro, not a drop spilt.
Not finished yet. So, lid goes back on. Go. I'm going to add a little bit of gas pressure on there, shake it around.
Good work, giving that a very good shake. Now, which way up do you like to leave your kegs when they're soaking?
I leave them the right way up.
Oh, okay, nice.
Because most of the crud's going to fall into the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'll leave them that way for half of the time, and then come back and keep agitating it.
So whilst these are soaking, then Martin, we've got some other stuff we can move on to cleaning.
Yes, Jim. Right, James, I've got something you're going to love here. I know you like a little bit of filth. This is that fermenter I've just emptied that I've kegged the beer from.
Yeah, okay, so this should be nice and dirty on the inside. Shall I take a little look?
Yeah, have a gander.
Okay.
There's a real nice crud ring at the top there from the yeast.
I mean, it smells nice, but yeah, that is, there's a proper caked on ring from where the Krausen was. Loads of yeast sediment down the sides. So yeah, that is a filthy boy. What we're going to be doing to get this clean then?
Right, let's do what we would normally do. First of all, let's tip out the remains of the yeast and beer at the bottom.
Yep.
Then we're going to, give it a quick rinse with a spray tap. Bring it over here, fill it up to around about 28 litres of 50 to 60 degree water.
Yep.
And dose it with Enzybrew 10.
So I would have thought, because it's quite heavily soiled on there, especially with that Krausen ring, we're going to need to move towards like the higher end of the dosing
I think
rate?
it says 10 to 20 grams per litre. So, if we kind of aim for that kind of 15, I reckon 8 scoops should do us in there.
Nice, cool. All right, let's get this filled up with some hot water. So we're done, Martin. We've got some clean vessels. Let's talk through each thing individually, shall we?
Well, let's go through the plastic fermenter that you did first.
Yeah, so as we said, we filled that with some Enzybrew and some warm water. I came back, gave it a jostle a couple of times, and then you very kindly, because I was holding the camera, emptied it, gave it a rinse out, and now this is ready for sanitizing ahead of my brew day tomorrow. Super simple, and you can see inside the fermenter, it is absolutely spotless now. Didn't need to get in there and do any scrubbing at all. It was reasonably clean, but now it's like absolutely spot on. How about your keg?
Keg, again, really simple. Enzybrew, water, shake, leave it 45 minutes, keep coming back and agitating it and shaking it. Jetted it out of the post, so I made sure that all the post is all nice and clean as well. Rinsed it out. All I've got left to do now is sanitize it, and it's ready to fill up with my next batch.
Fantastic. Now let's come on to the Grainfather fermenter, because that was absolutely minging on the inside.
This was literally fresh from me packaging a beer.
I know. What really surprised me with this though is after it had been sat for its soaking period and we started to drain it, actually I was expecting, as the level was starting to drop, that ring of Krausen would still be there and we'd have to get in there and give it a scrub off.
I was there ready with the brush.
Yeah.
It's like, it performed fantastically.
Yeah, that ring was completely gone.
Yeah.
You went in with the blue brush just to give a little bit of a scrub into some of the crevices, because you've got like the band round where the glycol jacket is on these.
There might always be something you can't see. And beer stone, that builds up. Over time, Enzybrew eats through that, because that's another organic matter.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And again, inside this, it looks absolutely brand new. So really, really impressed with how we've got on today with Enzybrew, mate. I'm absolutely converted. Now, we trust that has shown you just how easy it is to use Enzybrew 10 in your brewery. As I said, I'm a complete convert now. It's fantastic. What I'd like to do though is ask if you've got experience using Enzybrew 10, or if you've got further questions about it, please hit us up in the comments below.
And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Isn't it called X now?
Stop copying me.